Do you want to have this conversation with a polygraph? Is that a threat, detective? When it's a threat, you'll know it. Was that a threat? Well, welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, home of the Golden Bucket, a weekly podcast for movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends. Take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? I want to extend a Ghostface killer welcome to my stab me again 3 more times, JJ.
Thanks for having me, Ghostface Popcorn.
Welcome to the final act. That was one of the taglines, and we talked about it at length last week. I don't like it. I don't like that they're giving a finality to something. Maybe, yeah, just don't do that. All right, here's the trailer.
Hello, Sydney. Welcome to the final act.
On February 4th,
It's not in.
from suspense master Wes Craven
Who is this?
comes the final chapter.
I want to have this conversation with a polygraph. Is that a threat? When it's a threat, you'll know it. Was that a threat?
In the terrifying trilogy.
What do you know about trilogies?
Anyone, including the main character, can die. This means you, Sid.
Scream 3, rated R.
Screen 3. But before we do, I'm going to take an ad break. Listen to the ad, please. Even if it's for a weird drug about eczema. It helps the show, so please don't skip it. I tried to keep the ads to once or twice a show and at the end. Otherwise, I'd have 30 ads per show so I could make more money. But I'm trying not to. I want this to be entertaining. So here's your ad. All right, we're back. We're ready for popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, pendejo.
All right, I only have 3 because my beefs and puzzles are extreme. So if you have some trivia, let me know, and then we'll just get right into it. In the scene in the film involving Sydney being pursued by Ghostface through film set replicas of locations from Scream 1, including her character's home. The scene was not present in the script, but Wes Craven paid to have the sets constructed, knowing he wanted to revisit the original film in some manner. After the construction of the sets, the scene was then written around the resulting areas, producing the scene in the final film. I just loved that. I was blown away by the sets, dude.
It's probably my favorite scene in the movie is when Sydney stumbles upon the Woodsboro set and it's her own house and it's her own bedroom. I love that scene.
I mean, you got to think about how she's feeling at this point. It's insane, dude.
Yeah. And that's one of the scenes in this movie. I feel like they nailed the music too. They bring back the old music from Scream. I think it's just really well done. It's my favorite scene.
I was blown away. I was very impressed by the massive sets. And they pan back and they show you everything, which is really cool. Another trivia, Liev Schreiber insisted that Cotton should remove his jacket in the opening sequence. Schreiber had been working out a lot at the time and wanted to show off his physique.
Ooh, 100% Cotton.
Dude. Oh, man. Dude, he is buff in this, and he's got that white shirt. So
do your thing, yeah.
All right, my last trivia point, at around 1 hour and 45 minutes when Sydney jumps over the bar. Again, we're in spoiler zones, everybody, so welcome. She stabs the killer in the back with an ice pick. Missed the pad that she was supposed to plunge the pick into and actually hit flesh. Scott Foley's scream is genuine, which is wild because I remember what you told me in Scream 1, that something similar happened when she stabbed Billy. What are we doing, Nev?
She did the same thing, Sid.
She missed the pad on Skeet Skeet.
Yeah, she's turned into real life Ghostface.
She needs a target, like a little red target, like stab right here, Nev, please.
Yeah, needs a little more practice. I would not let her stab in the future movies.
No, she's done it twice. No.
2 for 3, yeah.
She could have killed him. I don't know. Okay, that's all my trivia. Do you have any additional trivia before we get into beefs and puzzles?
I'm trying to figure out some trivia that I think maybe will be some of your beefs or puzzles.
Okay.
But just a couple of trivia nuggets. Meryl Streep almost had a cameo in this. Did you read about that?
I read about that. It was very surprising.
So if you look at Wes Craven's filmography, he's directed like all the Freddy Krueger, all the Scream, whatever, up to 4, and he's got this weird movie called Music of the Heart with Meryl Streep, and he was filming it around the same time as this one, and he was like begging her to do a cameo, and she said no. But imagine a Meryl Streep cameo in Scream 3.
I mean, I really appreciate the Fonz in the first one, so and we got Carrie Fisher, so
yeah,
and we got Luke Wilson in the second one, man. It was so good.
Yeah. Also, did you notice his necklace? She's wearing the Greek letters from Scream 2. From our boy JOC. Derek.
Oh my gosh.
Jerry O'Connell.
Such a wild scene. And she still got it.
Yeah. So I like that some homage to Scream 2, respect to Scream 2.
I like
and
that.
then do you know about, I'm assuming that you've read about the rewrites and the alternate endings with the alternate killers?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that in puzzles because I read about that and I did a lot of research on this movie, but I don't have like the disc. I don't have the alternate endings. I know they filmed a bunch of them.
Yeah. So around this time, Columbine happens. And after Columbine, it kind of changes the whole script of Scream 3. Like the whole script. Apparently, and this might blow your mind, the original killer was going to be Matthew Lillard.
Whoa.
They were bringing him back.
But he's dead.
So apparently they wrote in the script where the TV on his head didn't kill him, and he was in jail. He was in jail the whole time, plotting Sydney's demise.
Whoa, that's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, and he actually got paid for this. I'm pretty sure too. There was an interview I watched where he got paid for Scream 3 for this, and it didn't happen. And it all kind of go back to Columbine. Like they wanted a less gory movie, and then they took away like the teen element and bring it back Lillard. And it's just like they changed the whole thing after that.
Man, we wait 10 years and then we get all this weird crap happening. Like that's unfortunate, you know? I mean, why don't you wait 1 year? You've already waited 10.
Yeah.
Let's wait another year.
You can wait a year. And that was the other thing with Weinstein is he didn't want to wait for Kelvin Williamson. Just wait like a year so we can make this right.
I mean, that's my first beef in beefs is free. I mean, Weinstein, we've got a lot of beefs with Weinstein, but that's one of them.
Yeah. Let's go to beefs. I think that's a good transition.
I love it.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
Okay, you mentioned, so he was working on Dawson's Creek, The Faculty, Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
And he was directing a movie called Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Yeah, also bad.
Williamson, stick with what you're good at, dude.
Yeah. Apparently I know he gave an outline. He had written an outline for Scream 2 and 3, and the new writer, Kruger, completely ignored it.
That's what I read too. And I read also that Craven had to do a lot of rewrites because Kruger was not very good.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw that he didn't even see the first 2 films.
Yeah, and he didn't, the characterization of all these people in the other 2 movies, it was incongruent. And so Wes Craven's like, oh man, now I got to rewrite the script.
Yeah, so I feel like you can feel that in this movie, the mess of the script. And once again, like our beef is just wait a year or so, get Williamson back, and let's do it right.
I agree. Is he still alive? Can we get him for 7? Like, I don't know.
Dude, I think he's directing 7. I think he wrote and directed. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Do you be excited for that?
Great. That is great news. That is really good news in our beef category.
Yeah.
So Here's another one. At around 14 minutes, Tyson Fox says that Cotton Weary's murderer was probably some Stab fan pissed off they killed Randy in Stab 2, which is a reference to Scream fanatics being upset that Randy dies. Wes Craven got so much hate mail at his official website because the character was killed. It was the fans' upset that led to the idea of Randy surviving as a twist video via the video recording. It's always going to be a permanent beef that Randy dies for me.
The videotape scene is one of my favorites too, though. Super engaging the whole way. I'm just like so happy to see him on my screen.
Dude, I read that they filmed 2 hours of footage of him, and we got like, what, 30 seconds?
2 minutes.
2 minutes,
yeah.
Maybe? Yeah, max. I mean, what? Release the Randy tapes.
Yeah, release the Randy cut.
The Randy cut, yeah. I mean, what was he saying for 2 hours? I just want. Oh man, it sounds. Amazing.
I don't know.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good hashtags on this show. Jamie Lee Curtis was offered the role of Bianca Burnett, but turned it down. Obviously, Carrie Fisher got the role. I think that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
She's a
Sign me
scream
up.
queen.
Screen queen. Yeah.
I think Carrie did a great job, and glad she's in it, but a little bit of a beef on Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, it would have been more appropriate for Jamie Lee Curtis. It'd been cool to see her. Yeah. Hey, let's not rule out Scream 7. Maybe we can get a cameo.
It's wild that I haven't participated in this, and I know I gave Sack Lunch so much grief about never seeing any Mission Impossible movie, but I'm pumped for 7, dude. I think it's going to be a good time, and I'm excited to go to the theater with you and see it. So we already talked about the Columbine stuff. I'm not going to get into that again, but it is a bummer that it really kind of messed this movie up a little bit, and it also messed up the blood and just everything else. It's just like, I mean, we're making a horror movie, and you want to take out the blood? Like, what is going on? It's just wild.
Yeah, I understand like the tragedy or whatever. Just give it some time then. Don't rush through it. Let it breathe. Come back to it.
You remember when Tom Cruise was like, hey, I made this banger Top Gun movie. He waited 2 years to release it. The patience of that man,
He saved cinema.
That's what Steven Spielberg said. And
yeah, he's our savior.
He's our savior.
We recognize him.
Hashtag cruise gazing. That's a deep cut of the show. All right. In an attempt to tone down the on-screen violence, the film only used 10 gallons of blood, which we talked about. And he was just really angry about the MPAA. And it almost made it so he didn't want to make another. Like, he's like, I don't want to make another horror movie, period. It was such a bad experience for him.
Wes Craven versus the MPAA. Legendary battle.
Legendary. Last couple of beefs. The only film in the series to feature Ghostface using a voice changer to imitate other voices perfectly as a way to mess with the victims. This was a source of criticism for viewers and critics, as the series had mostly been grounded in reality until this point, and such technology veered dangerously close to science fiction. That was my biggest beef, is like, oh, you can just have a voice recorder that just has everybody's voices?
It's my number one beef as well. For sure. It's too much. And I agree. It's too sci-fi. It's too advanced technology. How did Ghostface get this? How does he have Maureen Prescott's voice? Like, I agree. Biggest beef.
And I read that there was a scene that they cut of Ghostface, like, putting, like, SD cards or whatever into, compiling. At least show us something that he's, like, knows how to do this and is hacking it, or I don't know.
Yeah, how does Roman know how to do this? He's just a director. Like, he doesn't have this advanced technology in 2000. Like, come on.
Pop off.
I agree, though. It takes me out. They could have done it without it. You can still have the same kind of effects, same kind of deaths without this stupid plot device.
I agree. 100%. I have 2 more beefs. One of them is, this is the first Scream movie not to feature Ghostface saying, "Hello, Sydney," which he says it in the trailer, the one that I put in the show. He doesn't even say that in the movie.
You're right. This is another one of my beefs. You nailed it again. And I've solved this beef when Sydney's revisiting her house on the step set, right? She's in the bedroom, right? And she sees the door shaking, whatever. Why can't we get a phone call there? Sydney's got a phone in her room. Call her there. Hello,
Yes.
do the hello Sydney right there in her bedroom.
That would be so freaky, dude.
Yeah, give me the hello Sydney every movie. It's like we want these things. That's one of the things we want in our streams.
I saved the last. I don't know if it's the best for last, but I saved a thing for the last. I've been taking notes as I've been watching these, and this was one of the notes I took down. I just wrote, Sydney isn't a killer. And my beef is, I don't mind Sydney killing for self-defense, but it got a little killy at the end, and I don't feel like that's her character, dude.
You don't think she should have killed Roman at the end?
I don't know. I think if he's coming after and but she stabs him like 100 times, and then I like the Dewey
Stabbed him
shoots
3
him
times. Stab 3.
I don't know. It just felt a little like she was turning into a killer, and she's not a killer, dude.
Nah,
she's a
fighter.
powerful. Exact. That's what I was gonna say. She's a fighter, but not a
But
killer.
I'm fine with her killing Ghostface at the end. I think nobody else should have killed him but her.
Okay. What are your beefs, dude?
I have some beef with Courtney Cox's hair.
Oh, I put that,
bangs.
dude. Dude, I added just for you the category we sometimes add, which is popcorn awkward. That's in my popcorn awkward.
All right. And then we talked about the voice changer, my biggest beef, the hello Sydney, another side beef. And then 2 other beefs I think they could have done well is, so Roman's whole motive, right, is he's abandoned by Maureen, and then he directs her cheating on the dad, and then he kind of orchestrates Billy Loomis. He takes credit for that. I wanted to go a step further. I wanted him to say he orchestrated Mickey from Scream 2. I need more Scream 2 acknowledgement in this. Mickey Loomis is a film student. He could have easily said, like, he did the same shit he did with Billy and directed Mickey into trying to kill Sydney for him or whatever.
Dude, that's an awesome take, dude.
Yeah, make it a little bigger. And then once again, respect the Scream 2. Give me more Scream 2, acknowledge it. And then my last beef is the very end scene. Sydney survives. She's on a double date with Gail, Dewey, and Patrick Dempsey. Why is Patrick Dempsey there, the cop? There's nothing in this movie that signals that there's a romantic anything with these two. And they're watching movies together.
I'm kind of angry that you brought this up because I was trying to forget about that. I hated that last scene. And they's like, we're going to go watch a movie. And she's like, what movie? And he's like, come on and see. It's like, what?
Yeah. Why is he there? I hate him so much in this movie. Also, she leaves the door open. She's in the woods. That's going to attract so many mosquitoes and other bugs. Just
yeah,
I don't like this ending.
I get that, opening the gate is like a reference to earlier in the movie where she's got the buttons. And
obviously, yeah, I get it. She feels like she's free now and she can live a little safer, but ditch the cop, watch the movie with Dewey and Gail. You don't need anybody else. And close the freaking door.
Close the door, man. You can feel safe about life, but you ain't feeling safe about mosquitoes, dude.
No, and she's got a dog.
Yeah,
like the dog could come out. Like, just
nobody wants to be hunting down a mosquito in the middle of the night because it's gonna eat you 30 times. No, man, shut the door.
They're gonna be watching this movie, which we don't know what kind of movie, and they're gonna be swatting the skeets all in the movie.
Yeah, I respect those beefs.
Thanks.
All right, you ready for a little bit of popcorn awkward?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, that's nasty.
All right, popcorn awkward. You already brought it up. It's a beef for you. It's also beef, but it's also popcorn awkward is her hair. And in an Entertainment Tonight video interview published August 14, 2020, David Arquette admitted that he was the one who had suggested to then wife Courtney Cox that she cut her hair like Betty Page, thus giving rise to her infamous Scream 3 bangs. Fans hated the new look and derided it for years, which even led to a meme in 2010. Also in 2020, she sent out a picture, which I think is amazing, of Courtney Cox, of this Ghostface with scissors cutting her bangs, and she was going to like a Halloween party, and she posted on her social media. I thought that was awesome.
Nice. I haven't seen that, but that's funny.
Her like hairstyle gets progressively trash from 1, 2, and 3, dude.
I was gonna say the opposite happens with Nev, Sydney's character. I think she progressively gets better with the hairstyles.
Yeah.
Courtney's going the other way.
So I did a deep dive in the bangs. Okay.
Yeah, I acknowledge that we're two older guys talking about women's hair right now.
Well, and I'm bald, so like I don't have no room to talk, but it's weird because it was a clip in and it was for each day of shooting, but the problem was that the crew only had one set of bangs. So one set of bangs, I remember, this is her saying, I remember they were cut on the set. You're supposed to have a thing that starts back here for back, and that's where the part goes for the bangs, Cox explained as she pointed to the back of the head where the faux bangs should be placed. For some reason, she says, they put it here, pointing toward the center of the head, and started cutting it. And I was like, well, I don't have a choice now. Looking back on the day Cox stepped out with freshly cut faux bangs, Nev Campbell, here's a beef for Nev, remembered trying to politely convince her that they looked okay. I remember that day because we were all like, no, they're good. Really, they're okay, she said with a laugh. David Arquette added, I felt so bad for you. Why aren't you stepping up for Gail?
Yeah, somebody's gotta say, okay, we can't put this on camera.
Yeah, it's not good. And here's another little, we already know what this is, but popcorn awkward. Some fans later noticed how creepy it is that the movie features a character who's a movie producer and a sexual predator, while the film itself was produced by Harvey Weinstein. Popcorn awkward.
Scream 3, Dark Side of Hollywood.
Dark Side.
Life imitating art imitating life.
I mean, awkward pause is appropriate right now. Let's get into popcorn puzzles.
All right. See if we can solve some.
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What? Exactly.
Dude, the house used during the climax. What a sick house. Like a Hollywood director house.
Yeah, I love the secret, the bookcase, and then the secret room.
Which is a theater, which is amazing. It's the same house used as a school in Halloween H2O, which is Kevin Williamson worked on. The house later would be used again for the ending of The Neon Demon from 2016. The famous Neon Demon that I've never heard of.
Check it out.
I wanted to ask you about this, what you feel about this. Sidney was written in earlier drafts of the script to have been suicidal, in addition to suffering nightmares and PTSD. There was a scene in the script where Sidney goes to the bathroom and checks out her scars on her wrists from a failed suicide attempt, but this was written out in later drafts. What do you think about that?
Man, I mean, she's been through a lot. Scream 1, Scream 2, you know. I think it puts a more serious tone on this one, for sure. I'm fine with them leaving it out. I do like her job in this, so she's like a women's crisis hotline. I think I'll buy that. Like, I think that's exactly what Sidney Prescott would be doing at this time. Something she can, you know, work at home and help other people. Like, I think that suits her very well. So I'm fine with them leaving it out and just going where they did with the crisis hotline or whatever.
I disagree. I want it in, and I want it in right before she clocks in. Because it gives this gravitas of her, like,
it's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah, but so is her life. Imagine having to go through this. It gives it, like, it grounds it, which this movie lacked, I think, is some grounding. It's just kind of, it gets a little out there.
I mean, her boyfriend was the murderer in 1. Her boyfriend died in 2. Like, understandable.
Here's another alternate ending. or excuse me, an alternate opening. I wanted to ask you about this one. So there was an alternate opening was written but never filmed. The opening scene was to contain Sidney Prescott and a friend of hers alone in her house in a different state, getting ready to watch a movie. Unbeknownst to Sidney, the killer calls Sidney and her friend, claiming that he is in the house watching them, which turns out to be true. The killer jumps out from a closet and attempts to attack a frightened Sidney and her friend. Sidney, however, pulls out a gun and shoots the killer several times. Upon unmasking him, the killer turns out to be a fan pulling out a prank on her.
Don't like it.
Okay. I thought you would like it.
I like the Conwary opening. I think it's great. And then it just like cements the stream. Like the opening scene is like going to involve some kind of death. Like it's just a staple now.
Yeah. All right. You convinced me. Puzzle solved.
I don't like fans trying to scare Sid too. Sid's in the woods. Like she needs to be hidden away.
Yeah.
They can't know where she is. The cops don't know where she is.
That's true. You make a good point. All right, here's some rapid fire questions that I had during the film. The caller can change his voice. We talked about that. Trash. How did he change his voice to Cotton's? I wrote that down. I'm like, this is weird. Right from the beginning, I was questioning it. I questioned Jay and Silent Bob's cameo. What does that mean for the
100%.
universe? Like, like they're in the universe. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And they're like the characters, Jay and Silent Bob, which I know they're listeners of the show, but just never a fan. Never thought they were funny. Like, I don't need them in my Scream 3. I'm sorry.
I agree. Let's see. That chick breaks the music video award. Beef, dude. What are you doing? This is an award, man. I mean, he's a killer, but we didn't know that yet.
Yeah. But I do like it when it's referenced and he's like, I'm next or whatever. Kind of throws you off. Like, he might not be the killer because that's kind of funny.
We already talked about Dewey's limp. Weird cut when Cindy was on the phone with Ghostface and then it just cuts away from her. It was a weird cut. I put here, she needs a panic room.
Ooh, yeah.
Like with the freaking like a metal door.
Yeah, like just her little gate that somebody can climb over, and then her door with the simple alarm code. Yeah, she needs a panic room.
Yeah, that's a really good. Let's punch in a code on the gate. Someone can just jump over it, you dippy. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm assuming the code is more of like maybe a motion set, like it'll set off as somebody's touch. I don't know.
Okay.
There's no way like that just can't be like an open thing, right? No way.
Yeah. Dewey rolls down the hill with his bum leg and bum shoulder and other injuries, gets up and is totally fine. No big deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't re-injure anything. Like, puzzle. Why does the studio executive have a diving board in his office? Out the window, dude. What does that mean? Look it up, dude. It's weird. I don't get it.
Dark take. I don't know.
Let's leave the door open to the pool area in the last climax scene. Yeah, just to leave every single door open. It's all good.
Yeah.
And then I was having a lot of trouble with the voice changer. I was like, could a voice changer exist like this?
Yeah, right?
And then my final question is, does Ghostface just have unlimited knives? It says like 100 knives.
Yeah. Did you like when he threw the knife at Dewey?
I thought he was going to get stabbed in the
slow-mo. Yeah.
Yeah. How many? You can't carry knives and get at them quickly. You've got a robe on. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a couple though. I feel like he's got to have some backups.
All right. Well,
it's good. Some good puzzles.
Any puzzles you got?
Yeah, I got a couple puzzles. One is Patrick Dempsey the worst cop ever.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know where Sydney is, right? He has to rely on Dewey. Isn't she like in the Secret Service? Like, shouldn't they know this information? He doesn't know the picture of
witness relocation.
The witness protection program.
Yeah.
he doesn't know who's in this picture that the killer leaves behind of Maureen Prescott when she was young. And Gail Weathers immediately identifies. He can't figure that out. And then he gets his ass kicked by Ghostface. Right? He gets like stabbed and he gets a chair knocked over him. And then he's just the worst cop ever, I think.
Worst.
Another popcorn puzzle would be Roman fakes his death at the end, right? He's in the coffin and Gail checks his pulse. That's never addressed.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you make it up, like he's a movie guy, so maybe he puts like some fake skin there that like masks his...
Yeah, but okay, well, give me a 10-second scene of him pulling that off or something like it's just not explained.
I agree. Good puzzle.
She checks the pulse, then she's like, all right, he's dead.
Yeah, dead. No big deal.
Speaking of Roman, my other puzzle is Scott Foley. Is there nobody better? Fan of Scott Foley, but I just feel like I need more gravitas for that role.
I mean,
that
comparing him to Timothy Oliphant and Skeet Skeet, like,
oh man, yeah,
way down.
By far the weakest.
Sorry, Matt.
Can you name another? You know his name, Scott. Can you name another Scott Foley movie?
0.
Exactly.
0.
So maybe the review was right when Wes Craven was the killer, killing careers. Because I just want somebody else there, in that performance.
I think Wes was up against it. I don't blame him. I blame Columbine. I blame the studios. There's a lot of people to blame.
Yeah. And then I just have some personal popcorn questions. So, did you think Kyle was going to die at the beginning?
No, I figured his girlfriend was going to die, but never thought he would die.
Yeah, 100% Kyle. Did you ever guess the killer? Or did you have any idea it was going to be Roman and he's a brother?
I thought it was the other Sydney, which in other drafts, she was the team killer and they kind of just wrote that out. But there's a lot of ambiguity around her character that she was the only way he could have killed all those people is because he needed a teammate.
I saw a video on the YouTube. Somebody's cut all the scenes with Angelina, who plays Sydney, who was supposed to be the second killer. They cut together all the scenes where like this would make sense that she's the second killer.
Yeah. Even
are you glad that she's not? You glad it's just a single?
I am glad. I like that Wes Craven. He's like he knows. He even says it in the DVD commentary that she was the second killer, and he acknowledges it. But he's like, I like that it's ambiguous. I like that about it. I think it's cool.
I like that there's just one. This one,
Yeah.
First two had two. I like they mixed it up. And then my last question was, did you think Sid was going to die at the end when she got shot?
Yeah. I thought she was going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also have the presence of knowing that there are more movies. So it's hard for me because I suck.
Yeah, I guess.
But if I were to watch it back then, I for sure would have thought she died. They talk about it all the time in the movie.
Yeah, those are some of my puzzles.
All right. Well, let's get into redemption. And then, of course, it's you and me, Mount Rushmore.
I have exorcised the demons.
All right. I found this trivia point. I thought it just encapsulates this whole movie for me. At the 47-minute mark, Scream 1 and Scream 2, Gale Weathers is punched in the face by Sidney Prescott. In the movie, the third one, Parker Posey, who is playing Gale Weathers in Stab 3, is punched in the face by the real Gale Weathers. I think that just make that whole thing that's what this movie is about. And that's why I like it.
Yeah, probably the most meta of the Screams.
Yeah.
Some redemptions are just some of the scenes we haven't talked about. When Ghostface is in the Ghostface wardrobe, and they have all the Ghostfaces on the racks, and Candy dies. I think that's a really good scene. I like all the Ghostfaces. You don't know which one's which. We talked about the Randy scene and Sid going on the staff set. Those are my two favorite. But I also like when Sid outsmarts Ghostface. Like she's carrying the double gun and she's wearing a vest. Like she's smart. She's witty.
She's been through it. She knows what she's doing.
She's been through it. And then we talked about Parker Posey. When she's working with Gail, Courtney Cox,
Yeah.
I think it's really well done. Like we talked about the Carrie Fisher, and they're trying to bribe her, and I really like that stretch with those two.
Yeah.
And then my final is the engagement. I love that Dewey proposes to Gail, and he opens up the book and the ring. Adorable.
And they both got married right before the filming of this movie as well. So
Yeah. Apparently they had to cut their honeymoon short. Yeah.
All right, dude. Mount Rushmore of trilogies.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore trilogies.
This is hard for me because I'm just gonna say him. I really think Scream should be on the Mount Rushmore of trilogies.
Wow.
Maybe because it's fresh for me, but here are the other ones that I put: Lord of the Rings, The Dark Knight, and Back to the Future are my 4 Mount Rushmore trilogies. I had 3 others that didn't make the cut, so it's my show, so I'm going to say all 3 of them. So my crazy horse could be the Toy Story trilogy. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Thought about that one.
The Rush Hour trilogy is very good to me.
That's good. I love that.
And this one's like a obscure one. The Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, which is comprised, it's Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
Okay.
It's not an official trilogy, so that's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So what was your crazy horse?
One of those 3.
You're not picking?
I'm not picking.
Do Rush Hour. Do your Rush Hour.
All right, Rush Hour. Give me Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get one. This is hard too because, there's trilogies and franchises. So I try to pick trilogies, even though
I did too.
So like Back to the Future was on my list, as well as the Christopher Nolan Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. So those are some overlap. Then I have the Indiana Jones. Are you going to count those?
I'll give it to you.
The first 3, obviously.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I'm not acknowledging Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny.
I'm of the persuasion that I don't care if it's mediocre. If I like the franchise, like Predator, give me another Predator. I'll take it. If it's not great, I get to see Predators killing things, but I get it.
No, I'm done with no more Indiana Jones. They're good. And then my 4th one, I went back with the Scream, and I eventually chose this one over the Scream trilogy, the Jurassic Parks trilogy.
Oh.
I'm not acknowledging the Jurassic World.
I agree.
And the Jurassic Parks were very similar with Scream, where I both loved the first 2, and the third one's by far the weakest of the group.
But still enjoyable.
Still enjoyable. Still
entertaining.
And then, so that didn't make the list. I thought of the Ocean's 11's trilogies. For me, the Spider-Man 3, the 1, 2, and 3 are really good.
They're really good.
But my crazy horse is the ultimate crazy horse. It's the Nick Cage Holy Trinity. It's my crazy horse.
I didn't even think about that, and that's a really
Gotta
good
do
crazy
it.
horse. I love
Face
it.
Off, The Rock, Con Air.
It's good.
That's my crazy horse. So Mount Rushmore.
Well, I'm going to give you my rating because I got to go, but I'm giving it a large bucket. I kind of wanted to give it a medium, but I had so much fun, dude. I can't not give it a large. It was fun. I had fun.
I love that. Mine's right in between a medium and a large. So I don't know how to decide, but it's an overflowing medium with maybe some Reese's Pieces on the side.
I'm just it is some generous. So anyway.
Yeah. I think when I first saw this, I would have given it a large, but now as a whole, I'm gonna say like an overfilling medium.
I like it. Before I give you my outro, I wanted to say that I was going to give you my answer. If we're going to go, this is my answer is the poster on my
Yeah.
wall.
It has to be. You have a poster.
We're gonna watch him. So I'm watching him.
Yeah, let's go.
So
New rule, new decade.
yeah. All right. That's it for this week. But I'm with you always. I want to say a big thank you for helping me get monetized. This really helps me out. And as always, many thanks for listening. And that's why I do this. So I appreciate you guys. And thank you to my special guest, JJ. We are going to watch Scream 4 JJ. And when you watch movies,
excited.
remember, you can pop in, pop out, pop off. But when you do, always bring the popcorn. See you guys next time.